this tutorial I'm going to go over how to read the answer report and sensitivity report. So I'm going to use the report that we got when we did the multivariable linear program in a word problem format. So first thing, looking at the answer report, we see that it gives us our max profit, which actually is right here too, and that our solution for each one of these is right here as well. So it tells us stuff that we already kind of know. So we see that some of our constraints are binding, and generally when it's binding, the slack is 0. So we actually know that from here. So 0, 0, 0. So we know which one's the binding and not. So the answer report just basically tells us things that we know. So going on to the sensitivity report, it tells us the final value of each of our on our solution. And we also see that our objective coefficients are and our max profit formula up there. So we can look at this and find out if we were to produce 33 more LEDs, we would increase our profit by this much. And the allowable increase is so that we wouldn't need to rerun the model. So we could produce this 33 more LED TVs without having to rerun the model. And those are for each of our variables. So our adjustable cells are variables. So in our constraint, it's kind of the same thing. So we have our allowable increase and decrease, and we have a shadow price. So if we wanted to know, if we wanted to see how much more profit we would have by increasing our wire constraint by, let's say, 10 hours, we'd just multiply 10 times our shadow price, and we'd realize a net profit of almost $390. So we can do this all the way up until the 1250, and then once we get to 1251 we would have to rerun the model by adding more to our constraints. And we can also do this on a decrease. So let's say we needed to cut back on wiring 100, so it'd be negative 100 because we'd be taking out 100 less hours times our shadow price. So we would lose almost $4,000. And you can do this for each one of these. And where it says 1E plus 30, it doesn't mean anything. It just means that you can increase it as much as you want and it won't be affected. And that's how you run in or use the sensitivity and answer report. So I hope you found this helpful.